where one configuration defines everything your application will interact with on chain. So just to understand these value props a bit better, let's just understand how does someone, power a simple swap in their application right now. They need to understand what are the token addresses, what are the decimal resolution of these addresses, and then request a payload and then understand which addresses do they need to give approvals to so that they can basically proceed with the given swap. Now, all of these problems become much worse when you are dealing with like multiple chains because, for example, USDC has 6 different addresses on different chains. And now, let's just say you want to enable a token, you need to figure out what is the address of a given token on different chains and if it is even available on all those chains. And that is why we built Haru. In this, everything is housed under this one configuration, which can define the entire environment your users will interact within your application. So you can list verified contracts, you can remove any kind of meme coins they will be taking part in, or add a new chain by just like selecting them through. So let's just understand what this configuration is all about. So the moment you have a configuration and you verify this configuration, what you'll basically get back while doing this is like entire list of hydrated tokens. So this list basically contains the price, the decimal, and all the chains you have enabled in your system and the address of this token on those chains. And it will also like remove the chain in case the token is not present on those chains. This information can then be used to power your application, the logos, or even like these swap models which can use these token lists directly into them. Now, let's just understand this with like a practical example. So, let's just take USD Arbitrum. We'll only select USDC as our primary token and take the sign config and see how a real user's balance is reflected in the system. So we paste the address, and now what we see is that we have a user who has 5000 USDC on one chain. All of these chains are abstracted, but in the detailed response you can basically see that the funds are lying on Arbitrum. And now let's just say you want to enable more chains in your system. So all you need to do is select more chains, and now let's just select USDT as one of our primary dollar tokens. What this will basically do is in our balance API, we basically categorize our responses into spendables and invested balances. The moment you select USDT as one of your spendable tokens, it moves from invested tokens to your spendable balances. So on your front end, things remain like relatively simple because your totals and all of those things are directly fetched from the balance API from like the top headers. So let's copy this address again and check. So now what we did was we clicked a few buttons and we enabled all the chains we want to enable, and now we have the user's balance on multiple chains, invested balance on multiple chains. And now let's just say we want to go back and enable another token for this particular user. So let's just now add Arbitrum as a token. You can come to our search list, search for like more tokens, and you can simply select these tokens to go live. Now we'll get the sign configuration, we'll paste the sign configuration, we'll have to grab this user balance again, and now let's just paste this user balance. Now in this given configuration, I did not select USDT as one of our primary USD tokens, but now what you see is that this user has an invested balance where you see USDT and also Arbitrum ARB token. And in case you want to ever display like the details of like these token, then you have all the chain details right below here with like the total USD amount of a token, the formatted amount of a token, and whatnot. And in the hydrated token list, now you can see that you have a new token which is known as ARB and its present price, its decimal, and the fact that it is available on Arbitrum and Ethereum only.